What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scare Soldier back with another Borderlands 3 video, and in today's video we are going to be looking at another Jakobs pistol. This time we're going to be looking at the companion. Now this one is really nice, guys. If you see, it has 28,000 damage, which is insane. The fire rate is also quite good with a good mag size, and we have some solid reload time, which is making this gun extremely fun to use. The skin we have on this gun, by the way, is from the Halloween event, and that is pretty much it. So we're using on action skill, and the next two mags will have 100% additional bonus shock damage. Now the weapon only comes in fire, but by adding an extra element, it's going to help us take on other enemies that maybe have armor or also shields. So that's why we have shock on this one. But for the most part, we're going to be also using the same thing we used on the Flood. We have some weapon critical damage, Jakobs weapon damage, and Jakobs weapon critical damage on our bounty hunter. Now, this is going to be good because obviously this is a Jakobs weapon. We're just using this one because this class mod has the best rolls that I have currently in my inventory for Jakobs. So we're going to go with the flow, and we're going to definitely test this weapon out. First, I'm going to show you where you can farm the gun, and then we're going to get to some gameplay to see how this newly buffed companion beast does during Mayhem 10 on the Maliwan takedown. So I'll catch you guys over there. If you guys were interested in farming the companion, you're going to make your way over to Eden 6, and you're going to come onto the anvil over here. So you're going to make your way through, and the enemy you're going to be looking for is an anointed enemy called X2, X3, something like that. But anyways, I'm going to show you what this boss looks like in a second, and once we get to him, we're going to show you exactly the spot, and we're going to see if we get the drop. So I'll meet you guys over there. We arrived to X4's location. X3, X4, same old, but yes, it is anointed X4, and he is basically the fireball. Like here, you guys are gonna see he just moves around to each corner, and once he gets tired of trying to kill you, then he is vulnerable to destroy. So we're gonna see if we get lucky live on camera for you guys to get the drop, but if not, we're gonna be moving on to some gameplay. So we just killed him right there. Pretty easy stuff. You just got to break his Iridian body, and hopefully you guys get lucky. And I didn't get lucky, but we got a conference call. So we're going to take the companion to the test, and then we're going to be talking about some details about the weapon. So we're going to see if this thing is powerful enough to destroy Grave Ward, and we're going to see what kind of damage we're working with. So all we're doing right now is calling in our action skill ends. We're procking the Pearl with those Mitosis Hunters, getting some shots on him, and we're going to try to shoot that critical spot. Woo! That is some good damage right there, I must say. So we're going to be finishing off Grave Ward right over here. But moving on to some details about the companion. First of all, we got one increase, and the increase that Gearbox gave us for the last week's hotfix was an increase in weapon damage. So the base damage is really high right now. You guys know that it's 28,000. Now this thing is single fire, but again, it's unlimited. You're not kind of blocked off. So if you have a fast shooting finger or a fast trigger finger, you guys will be able to shoot this thing very quickly, which is very nice, because if you want to kill enemies as fast as possible, it's always good to have a good fire rate, because typically one shot of this weapon is not enough always. It takes at least 3-4 shots to kill an enemy, but pretty much this gun is quite good. Now the weapon only comes in fire, as I mentioned a little earlier, so you can only get in the fire element. So I definitely recommend that you guys look for things like action skill end, adding other elements to this weapon to make it more versatile versus weapons or enemies, who have armor or shields. So adding things like shock, radiation, cryo, corrosive, or even adding some more incendiary for situations like when you go against Grave Ward is always a good idea. Now because this is a Jakobs weapon, make sure your class mods all have Jakobs critical damage, pistol damage, and also weapon critical damage are going to be some of the best rolls to look for on your class mods. Now moving on with the weapon, we also have a nice feature to the weapon, because when you hit crits, you're going to be igniting enemies, which is going to be nice because igniting enemies is very important, because with that you're going to be getting that status effect, because the elemental damage is extremely high on the companion. So if you guys realize on the weapon card, the fire damage that this thing puts out when it lights an enemy on fire is extremely effective. So make sure you hit your critical hits with this weapon, guys, and that's why I also promote you guys to throw on Galaxy Brain, because it makes the enemies' heads quite big, so it makes those critical hits a lot easier to hit, which allows you to take advantage of the properties of this legendary pistol. So my final review on the gun, as you guys can see, it's freaking beastly. It does a lot of damage. We're against the Valkyries and we're using fire versus armor, and you guys see how effective this gun still is. Of course, like many but not like all, this gun, once it gets critical hits and kills enemies, the bullets can ricochet and hit nearby enemies, allowing you to mob effectively as well, similar to the Flood in that regard. And overall the damage is very impressive, along with the reload time being fast, makes up for the mag size not being super high. But again, you can return ammo back with Fl4k's Leave No Trace, so that is a plus. Now that's pretty much it for my review on the weapon, guys. I found it was really good. I'm happy Gearbox decided to give it a damage increase. It works great on Mayhem 10, so go check it out yourself. I'll catch you in the next one. It's your boy Scare Soldier signing out. Peace.